What a franchise. Come on, join me for a minute, okay? Come back to the 1970s with me. Back to Terry Bradshaw, quarterback. Throwing to Lynn Swann and John Stallworth. Franco Harris running the football with Rocky Blyer. That team was something, all right? And that started the path to where we are right here, right now. This team's pretty good, too. And they want their own history. What an accomplishment this would be to win a 7th Super Bowl title for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Meanwhile, the 49ers, they're back in the Super Bowl for the 8th time in franchise history, one of the more successful teams in the Super Bowl era, and they look to claim their 6th time, which would tie them with the Patriots and Steelers for most ever.
But, partner, to get it done, they've got to take history and put it in a headlock because they want to be a team that loses one year but comes back and wins the Super Bowl the next, and it's only happened 3 times prior. The Cowboys, Super Bowls 5 and 6. The
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Oh boy, touchdown, 49ers. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Niners have taken the early lead. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
It's Wisnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Johnson now returning. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Deontay Johnson on the return.
Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense. Get things going and see how things settle in.
Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
The ball carrier taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Play fake to Conner. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Recovered by the Niners.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
4-yard line. 1-yard gain.
Draw play, Garoppolo gives to Mostert. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Third and
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talk.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Steelers take over first and...
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. And he finds McDonald. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll hand it off now to Samuels. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're going to stop it short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. 21-0 our score after 1. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
At the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Fighting through, and he's got space. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
From way up at the 23. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
Deontay Johnson on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
5-yard line.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
Complete to Jalen Samuels.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
12-yard line.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another first down. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentages. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson on the other end of the throw from Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. So the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. He won't go down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 28. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman of the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
A 6-yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 2.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
2.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers add on to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Very short kick taken right at the 20. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the play.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in the single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
From way up at the 23. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Deontay Johnson on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. And it's 3rd down.
And 10.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And off the deflection, it's caught. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Samuels, the ball carrier.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try and run forward with counter. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kick it.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 92 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll.
Robbie Gould lining up for the point after.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done. It's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From way up at the 23. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere.
And the ball is knocked out. And this is going to be 49er football. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with
and they preach it. They have it up and about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position.
15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. The 49er touchdown. George. 6 points for the Niners.
So much of the 49ers question, is he the best tight end in the game? Or is it Kansas City's Travis Kelce? Maybe they're 1A and 1B. Yard season, and he's a threat anywhere.
Now a hit and a loose football. Look at him go inside the 30.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Niners.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to pour it on.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. 17. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
56, the mark, boy, 56. Check, 56.
Here's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Quan Alexander coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far.
Well, Charles, let's step aside, different topic here for a second. Unfortunately, the NFL lost a legend earlier in this first month of the 2020 season. Hall of Fame running back Gale Sayers passed away at 77. And Sayers, the youngest man ever inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, was just 34 years of age when he got that honor back in 1977.
And a big reason why? He had to retire early. He only played 7 years in the NFL. But what a run before injuries really cut his career short. In fact, he played the equivalent of 4 full seasons out of those 7 that he played because of injuries. But he was first-team All-Pro 5 times, led the league in rushing twice, and still holds the record for kickoff return average this many years after he retired. Commissioner Roger Goodell called him one of the finest men in NFL history, and I can tell you this, partner, one of the most exciting players we'll ever see.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
They run the counter. Samuels. Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Oh, and now some space to operate. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
Don't worry about it,
Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 51 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and they, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Now Roethlisberger. That's caught at the 2. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Super Bowl 55 hitting the home stretch. Less than 2 minutes to go.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
He's still fighting forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Back at his own 49.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
The tackle man.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd,
and they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
29-yard line.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for two.
It's a run with Mostert.
He'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair. Now a hit and a loose football. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. Two quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.